Last time on Oz Hour.
Okay, last time on Oz Hour, the gang is stuck in upside down world, and Patches ends up getting them out, and they all fall to the ground. Then Oogaboo, he comes back and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa! I thought that like I did this like magic thing, and you guys weren't able to get out. And they're like, well, we got out. And then, oh my God, what do they do? Oh, the frogman, or they start fighting with magic or something, and then the frogman like comes at him, and then the wizard, or no, Dorothy uses the belt to turn him into a dove. He turns into a dove, and then he's like, fuck this, I'm out. Grabs the fucking dishpan, fucking whatever that is. It's called like 100 different things, so it's actually not fair. And he teleports away. They're like, oh my God, where did he go? Where did he go? And they check the mirror because now they have all their magic things. They see he's in a tree, and they're like, okay, fuck this. Now where's Ozma? They ask the little pink bear, and he's like, he's literally in Button Bright's pocket. I've been saying this the whole time. And they grab the fucking peach pit, open it up. Ozma's in there. And she's like, thank God. I did not think y'all were about to find me. Like, that's crazy. They end up going back to the Emerald City, and everyone goes because everyone's like best friends now. And they're like, Ozma, yay. And everything's happy. Then a bunch of time goes by, and fucking the dove, Oogaboo, he's like, wait, what's his name?
Ugu.
Oh my gosh. He's not important, honestly. So it's just, his name's his name. And he comes back and is like, I'm like so sorry I did all that. That was crazy. I was in a manic state, and I'm really sorry about that. And so like, I'm just doing my, amends. I have to make my amends and stuff. And they're like, okay, well, we can change you back. He's like, no. He was like, do you want a bear or a man in the woods? Well, how about a dove? And that's it. It ends with that.
Hi there, and welcome to episode 77 of Oz Hour, the only place where you can hear everything you never knew about the wonderful and strange land of Oz.
That's right. With the help of some alcohol, we will be discussing each of the 14 books in L. Frank Baum's Wizard of Oz series.
Today, we will be beginning Book 12, The Tin Woodman of Oz, covering chapters 1 through 4.
We're your hosts, Blake Stone
And Wyatt Swank.
and joining us as always is our resident Oz initiate, Hannah Aguirre.
It's me.
Hannah,
Yeah.
you just played last time on where you recapped what happened at the end of Book 11, The Lost Princess of Oz.
I'm exhausted.
It
Yeah.
2 minutes, 7 seconds, but it was the end of the last book, so we don't really give a fucking care.
No one cares.
Also, listeners, as usual, Hannah attempted to summarize the entirety of our previous book, The Lost Princess of Oz, so stay tuned after the credits for that 5-minute and 36-second treat. She performed for y'all.
Yeah, honestly. If you guys don't want to read the book, literally just listen to that. It's
Yes.
way
And
quicker.
It's
That
like
was pretty good.
Choose Your Own Adventure because you get to read the book completely out of order.
Yeah.
It is kind of like that.
Yeah, you just jump around a little
Sorry,
bit.
L. Frank Baum wrote it weird, so I had to put it back in order.
It's the proper
You know,
order.
he has been playing with all these timelines and these switchbacks the last few books.
He
so
really has been, actually.
yeah, that's interesting.
It's been
It makes
like,
it really hard to recap.
Yeah,
he's been doing like video game checkpoints or something.
literally.
Just like that.
Well, before we started recording tonight, we went ahead and whipped up some cocktails. Wyatt, tell the people what we're drinking.
Tonight we are drinking All Who Wander Are Sloshed, a play on the classic line, Not All Who Wander Are Lost, from Lord of the Rings. And it is a beautiful purple and yellow drink.
Let's slurp it.
All right. Ooh, yummy. Just delightful.
Sweet and sour.
Yep.
Love that.
Blackberry jam and limeade. Book 12, The Tin Woodman of Oz, by L. Frank Baum. Published in 1918. Chapter 1, Woot the Wanderer. Really quick before we get in. I just want to say this book was published on May 18th, 1918. L. Frank Baum died on May 3rd, 1919. We are officially in the
Oh my God.
1-year countdown to him dying. Which in the last book I was like, whoa, this is like a year and a half before he dies. And this one
Wow.
is now we are within a year.
Very
So-
interesting.
How old was he when he died?
Like young, like in his like 50s, I think, like late 50s.
Wow.
So it's crazy. And we also know that like he started having some health problems toward the end of his life, which I read something obscurely one time that like some of the later books have like darker themes. And so, or not darker themes, but like some passages they're like, this might have been more about his journey in life. So I don't know if we'll get that in this book, but interesting.
Yeah,
so
I'll
he
be
did
paying
die
attention.
at the age of 62 from congestive heart failure.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, so starting with that, but yeah, back to the Wanderer.
So we begin with the Tin Woodman.
Yeah, which is a big change from Scarecrow of Oz, where it took the entire book to get to him. So
It's like, let's open up with
that's
him.
good. But he's on his glittering throne. He's in the Winky Country. There's a wooden or a straw chair next to him with the Scarecrow, who's his best friend. And they're just talking about old times. And they're just sitting quietly a lot of the time because like they've talked about things a lot. They're like they kind of run out of things and they just sit quietly together, which is sweet. It's cute. It's good.
Now, so it's this kind of setting, it's a beautiful evening. The sun is setting over the Winky Country, the lights glinting off the walls of the Tin Castle with these beautiful sunset hues. And along down the path toward the castle comes Woot the Wanderer.
Woot the Wanderer.
Interesting.
Not all who wander are sloshed, or whatever I said.
Oh,
the
yeah.
name is. But so he is like walking toward the castle. He's like, whoa, this place is crazy. And he approaches one of the Winky servants, and we're told also that all the servants wear a tin helmet, tin breastplate, and shining tin scales, like chainmail, all over their bodies.
Yes.
So they look like Tin Woodmen, and
Okay.
kind of also like the Winky guards in the original movie, I guess. Like in a way, maybe
yeah,
with like
kind
the
of.
armor.
It's
But
like, why does it sound kind of hot?
Yeah,
Oh, it
they
is.
also like wear these like little belly dancing hip scarves,
Yeah.
with, like, little tin
yeah,
medallions.
and all their breastplates have nipples.
Wow.
and the Tin Woodman has nipples too.
Of course
Yeah.
he does. No heart but nipples.
But Wu is just kind of like taking in like this servant's like beautiful uniform. He's taking in the palace that he's standing in front of. He cannot believe what he's seeing.
Okay.
So we learned that Wu is not very big and he's not very old. And even though he's a wanderer, this tin castle is one of the most gorgeous things he's ever seen. And he's like, who lives here?
Well, the Emperor of the Winkies. Duh. Like the servant is like, what? Who? Where are you? Like, what do you talk? Of course, it's the Tin Woodman.
How do you not know who this is?
He says the famous Tin Woodman of Oz. And don't you love it when they say the title of the book?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah,
They said it.
they said it.
But Wu's like, a Tin Woodman ain't that queer.
Yeah, he's like, that's the queerest thing I've ever heard.
Of course it is.
But the servant's like, yeah, like he's definitely queer, but he's also kind and honest and good, and like it sort of makes you forget that he's made of tin. And Woot's like, okay, I kind of want to see this guy. And the servant has been instructed, like, if anyone comes by, because the Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow are bored. So they're like, if anyone comes by and wants to chat, like,
Let us know.
Yeah. So the servant goes in and asks if the Tin Woodman is available.
Like, bring him on in.
Yeah.
So servant comes back and Wu makes his way to the throne room, and he's passing through these rooms of the castle, these elegant corridors. They're all lined with like ornamental tin. There's these huge archways. It's the Tin Palace.
Okay, he's a little decorator.
Yes, interior decorator.
Yes.
Extraordinaire.
All tin. And Woot is amazed, as anyone would be.
He's
I
got
mean,
goose pimples.
yeah, he didn't even know this could happen. Like, he seems to not be very aware of what's going on around here. So by the time he gets to the Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow, he's just like, what the fuck? Where am I? Like, it's crazy. So he gets there and he bows and he's like, I'm at your service, sir. Like, oh my gosh.
The Tin Woodman's like, ha, 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 very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's like, where do you come from? And so the boy introduces himself. He's Woot the Wanderer, and through many travels and roundabout ways, he's come from his home, which is in a far corner of the Gilligan country.
Okay.
So
There's
he's-
so many far corners in this place.
I know.
Oz is a
I know.
perfect
People
square.
just don't
with-
know.
After something bad happened in a couple of the corners, you'd think Osmond would have been like, okay, let's look in all the corners.
Yeah, let's check
Yeah.
our corners.
Like
Yeah.
after Oogaboo, after Jinxland, after the Yip Country,
Yeah.
which nothing bad happened there.
I need to know who's here.
Yeah,
But it
like
got scary.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was a goddamn evil witch who did some of the craziest magic in Oz, turning Princess Gloria's heart into ice in Jinxland.
Yeah.
That could be happening where fucking Woot is from. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. The Scarecrow is like, wow, you've come a long way. Like, that kind of traveling can be really dangerous for meat people.
Yeah.
And he's like, why did you leave? Like, did you not have any friends? Did Gilligan Country not feel like home to you?
And Woot at this point had not realized the scarecrow was alive. He thought that was a scarecrow. So he's like, for a minute, he's like, oh.
A jump scare when he moved.
Yeah. So he like,
Scarecrow asking very real questions.
Yeah. yeah.
Just
So,
like, "What the fuck?"
so Woot like stares at him for a moment, but then he recovers himself and he's like, oh, like I have friends, like I have, community where I'm from, but like they were just quiet and they were happy and comfortable and kind of stupid. So like I decided that like I should go see what else was out there, like see if there's anything interesting to find in Oz, which mission accomplished at this point already.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you found a Tin Woodman, a talking scarecrow, and a beautiful palace.
Found the first two things that Dorothy was able to find when she came to Oz. and you
True.
grew up there, but
True.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But some people don't leave past 158th Street.
That's true.
Oh my God.
That's true.
Oh my God, you're like so hooked on that one sentence.
I have said that sentence more than you think.
Golly. So Woot's been on this wandering journey for just under a year, and now it's brought him to the Winky Country. Lucky him. And the Tin Woodman's like, oh my God, you've seen so much in the last year. It must have made you very wise. And Woot's like, actually, the opposite. The more I see, the more I'm like, oh, I don't know anything.
I don't know reality.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, once I saw a scarecrow talking to me, I'd be like, oh, so the things I thought were real are
Yeah.
not real.
My brain is broken.
Yeah.
I've come a real long way from 158th Street.
Yes. It is funny. Or it's I mean it is funny, but it's also like, okay, like I like Woot. Because basically when they're like, you must be super wise, he's like, no, I'm not wise. Do not think I'm wise. Like I am he's very humble, which is good. Especially after a year of wandering,
Yeah.
But Scarecrow's like, well, you can learn a lot by asking questions. And Woot is like, oh no, I ask questions, but lots of people just don't like to answer them. Like that's just not what people like to do. And I'm like, in Oz?
I'm like, where has he
I know, maybe
traveled? Also, where has he traveled where he doesn't know
yeah,
the Scarecrow,
for a
Tin Man,
year.
and also haven't seen things like that?
almost in every
in
book,
general.
we have people walking across the land of Oz in the course of 2 to 3 weeks. So like the search party that found
And
Ozma,
everyone they run into, it's always the queerest people.
Right.
So that's a lot of queer people in
I had-
one place.
He had to pass through some queer ass places.
Very
He passed
queer.
through West Hollywood. Okay?
Let's go, yeah.
yeah.
The Tin Woodman tells Woot, he's like, yeah, if you don't ask for information, you're not going to receive it. So I always make the rules to answer. My personal rule is to always answer questions that people ask me. And Woot's like, oh my God, good. Do you have anything to eat?
yeah.
Oh my God, someone didn't answer that?
I know. Well, literally. Well, and Tin Woodman was like, "Oh shit, duh! Like, yeah, you've been wandering, like,
yeah, meat person.
Exactly. He's
Exactly.
like, I get some food at once, like, and so a servant appears, takes his order, and then comes in with a tray full of dishes of good food. And the Tin Woodman's like, hey, like, we don't eat, but like, please eat. Like, we always have food here because everyone else here eats. So like,
Yeah.
you're good. Like, we're not gonna eat.
So the servants like pulled up a table to the Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow's thrones, and then Woot sits at a chair opposite them. So now they're all sitting at a table together.
Yeah,
Okay.
cozy.
Cozy.
So Woot chows down for a minute. Like, he's hungry, but like not rudely, but he's just like eats quietly. And then after a minute, he asks the Tin Woodman, hey, like, how did you become made of tin, like, but still be alive? Like, as far as we're accepting questions right now, like, tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Tin Woodman tells him it's a long story, and he's like,
Don't make him say it.
yeah, like literally.
Don't make him say
Like
it.
Woo is like, well, I've got time.
It's
like,
giving the
will you tell
Spider-Man
me?
origin story. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, literally. Well, we'll see about that.
The Tin Woodman's like, you know what? Okay. Everyone does know my story, but I haven't told it in such a long time. 'cause
Okay, narcissist.
No
I
one
know.
knew it's come around. So it makes sense you'd be curious. Like, let me tell you about it.
So-
In song.
Yeah, he's like, don't make me
Oh,
sing.
dear. Oh, dear. He's told it too many times.
Yeah. So he's been workshopping this. No, but let me just tell you, there are some things in what you're about to hear that are revisionist history.
Yes.
There are some
no.
things that we're going to be grappling with in this revisionist history.
Okay.
So let's go back to the beginning.
the Tin Woodman wasn't always tin, as it turns out. He's like, I used to be flesh and bone, lived in Munchkin country. I was a wood chopper. And he's like, I lived in a little hut. But so far, so good, right? He ended up falling in love with a girl who lived nearby. Woot asks the girl's name. And you know what it is? Nimmy Ammy. Yeah. Nimmy Ammy.
Nimmy Ammy and Nick Chopper sitting in a tree.
But the thing to me, it's just such a horrible name. I hate that we have to say it this whole book, but it is kind of also giving Ombi Ambi.
It is giving.
And so I'm like, is this just
So
like
she's hot.
how they have names?
So she's
What
hot.
if she's like his cousin or something?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, I miss
Ombi Ambi,
Ombi
Nimmy
Ambi.
Ammy,
Y'all know he's fine.
Julia Jam. Anyway. But yeah, so
Okay,
that's
wait, say her name again.
Nimmy
Nimmy
Ammy.
Ammy.
Okay. I was like, you said Ombi Ambi, and then I was like, oh, yo. Like, what the fuck is her name?
Yeah. So Nimmy Ammy. So I know.
She is so beautiful. She's so beautiful that the sunsets blush when their rays fall upon her. She can light a fire without a match. She can catch a fish without a hook. She can make a blind man see.
This is what Nick Chopper's saying?
No, some of that was Shug Avery, but he did say the thing about the sun.
Yeah. But Nimmy Ammy lives with an evil witch who wore silver shoes and made Nimmy. Sorry, I was gonna say slippers. I got trapped.
What's it gonna be?
Yeah, so she lives with the Wicked Witch of the East.
Which is not how it is in the original book. In the
Oh, yeah,
origi-
because it's the West.
No. It's in the original book. The girl Nimmy Ammy lives with an old woman. Period. She just lives with an old woman.
Oh, she
Remember
just
in
lives with an
Wicked?
old woman. Okay.
Yeah. Because the old woman ends up like not wanting her to marry Nick Chopper, so she gives a cow and a pig or something to the witch to curse him. So already a little different, not crazy different, but like
Yeah.
pretty different. Like she's the slave of the Wicked Witch of the East.
Yeah.
So already kind of crazy.
So one day, Nimmy Ammy and Nick Chopper, they meet in the woods. They fall in love.
Yeah, he gives her firewood because she has to do everything for this witch. So he's like, here, I'm a man who chops wood. He takes some wood. Like, I'm happy to help you. Very sweet, actually. Like, it feels real the way that it's like, you're actually helping me in a way that is changing my life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to chop wood now.
But he's like, but it ain't a free ride.
Yeah.
Marry me.
Yeah, he's like, we got to get hitched.
How it goes.
But she does accept his proposal. But the witch is lurking nearby. Good old Nessa Rose.
Nessa Rose.
And she overhears their conversation and she becomes very angry.
Yeah.
Sounds like
And-
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. She's like
Jealous.
I was about to sing. But the witch does not want her enslaved person, to be taken away from her. So she is like, never see Nimmy Ammy again.
Yeah. But he refuses. He's like, no, I love her. Like, I will fight for her.
Big mistake.
Yeah, because she enchants his axe. She's like, I'm gonna. Well, she doesn't tell him this, but she walks away and she's like, I'm gonna enchant his axe. And so she enchants it so that it'll slip and cut off his leg, which is exactly what it is in the original book, except obviously the old woman paid the witch to do it. But this time the witch just did it of her own accord. So
Yeah.
great. We got one evil witch now.
So a one-legged woodcutter, not that useful. Need kind of a strong stance. So he's like, oh shit, I gotta go get a new leg.
Yeah. So he just runs to his tinsmith friend. He makes him a new leg. Good as new. Nimmy Ammy is like, oh my God. Nimmy Ammy is like, I don't care that your leg is tin. Like, I literally just don't care. She's like, you don't even have to tell me that. Like, I still love you.
Yeah, she's so glad that he's okay. She throws her arms around him. She kisses him. She tells him how proud of him she is. And the witch sees that because it's at her house. And she's like, oh, I'm still mad. I'm pissed, actually. So the next day, he's chopping wood in the forest. Lo and behold, his axe slips again. It's still enchanted.
Yeah.
Same axe, still enchanted. He cuts
Yeah.
off his left leg. He hops all the way back to the tinsmith on his tin leg, and he has a new leg made, fastened to his body. He goes back to Nimmy Ammy again, and she's so glad he's okay. And she thinks his tin legs are neato.
Yeah.
And she promises to keep his legs oiled and polished when they marry.
Of course she does.
The
Slut.
witch doesn't like that. Just like before, he goes to work the next day. Arm.
Nimmy Amy loves the new tin arm. She's like, wow, you just keep on going.
So I'm just trying to figure out when did it get to a point where she didn't want it? Because it sounds like they could just be together. Well, I guess he doesn't have a heart, so
Well, he
still got
does
his
right
heart.
now.
he does right now. I know.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you
He's
mean.
got new legs, new arms. He needs to get a new fucking axe. This one is
Yeah.
enchanted.
No, literally.
Yes.
Throw it out.
After the second leg, new axe.
Yeah, exactly.
I would maybe
Please.
use the same axe because I wouldn't know.
I would feel like even if I didn't live in a world where there was witchcraft and an old witch who hated me, I would still be like, I'm gonna say that axe is like cursed, like
Yeah.
just in the sense
Guess
that
what? I have a new fear of axes in general.
yeah, I'm
right,
literally
yeah.
never using an axe
I
again.
literally
New
yeah.
job.
Cursed.
But then that's the end of chapter 1.
Oh,
Yep.
He's still got one human arm.
I know. I don't know why
That's
we're cutting it in the
such-
middle. I don't know why.
are we still in song? It just went straight to intermission.
Yeah, it was it's like an interrupted. It's like we interrupt this message for an important news bulletin.
Totally.
But the news bulletin is, Blake, what would you call chapter 1 with the Wanderer?
A choppy start.
Chapter 2, the heart of the Tin Woodman.
So you might have noticed that the Tin Woodman takes a break in his story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I felt that.
This opens and he's oiling his neck and his arms. And Woot is like,
Yeah, no, wait. He's oiling his throat because he's been talking too long. You ever seen him do that before?
Never.
no.
The
I
hell?
thought because he moves around, or maybe because it's not raining. I don't know. Actually,
I
what
don't
am I
know.
talking about? Like I know his body.
Like he only has to oil in the rain.
Yeah, it's when
door-
he's not moving.
Doors never get squeaky inside the house. Okay. So yes, oiling his throat. I just was like, you cannot just skip past that because that's insane. There's no joints in his throat.
No.
But as always, Wu is amazed by what he's seeing. He's like, wow, this guy is weird.
Yeah. But he is like, please continue.
Yeah,
So then we just
he's
get right
curious.
back in. So the axe cuts off his other arm.
right to it. It's like, oh, I wonder what's
Yeah.
gonna happen next.
Then what happened, sir? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he gets that replaced. Nimmy Amy doesn't fucking care still. But then the axe cuts him in half down the middle,
Oh my god.
which, again, this is another one incorrect because it should have cut off his head next, which is then replaced with tin. That was the order of operations in the original story.
Okay.
But here, he's cut down the half in the middle.
This is nuts.
The witch appears. She takes his axe and chops his body into tiny pieces. It's crazy.
Oh my
She
god.
starts doing hibachi on the forest
Yeah,
floor.
literally. It's like a TikTok where
We're at
someone's turning a chicken breast into
Benihana's.
mince. Literally, yeah. She's like,
A tower of onions. It's like, choo choo.
Yeah.
Up to it. Oh my god.
so she does that until he's fully destroyed and minced. Then, at this point, Nimmy Amy gathers up his arms, legs, and head, takes them to the tinsmith, and it's like, hey, he needs a new body. And then he makes him a new body, and it's
Okay,
fine.
the tinsmith is just like, yeah, had this happened before. I got what you need.
Literally. And he's like, I should never have sold that tin body replacement insurance policy.
So the arms and the legs are attached to the new body, and his human head is set into the tin collar.
Okay, science.
So,
But-
yeah, I guess if you say so.
I mean, Oz science.
At this point, though, something that I really struggle with. In the original story, the head is cut off, and then later on, the tin body is destroyed. But when his body is destroyed. When his body is destroyed, he loses his heart, and then he can't love anymore.
Yeah.
But in this story, he gets his body replaced with tin, and then they just still love each other. So it's like, wait, the whole point is that your heart gets destroyed,
And you can't love it.
and then you can't love. But in this story, he gets his body replaced, has his normal head, and then he's still loving her, and it's fine.
Yeah, Nimmy still wants to marry him.
And he wants to marry her. So I don't understand why that.
But you know what? The witch, still mad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so you see where this is going.
So
He's
the-
got to lose that
Oh.
head.
Yeah. And so this time the last axe or the last time the axe does this, it cuts off his head, and the witch steals it and she hides it.
She's like, oh, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nimmy Amy finds his body walking around, and it's doing like a cartoony like whoop whoop, and he's like running into things, and she's like, "Oh my god, Nick!" Or I guess she never calls him that. But anyway,
He doesn't even call himself Nick Chopper yet.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
in
you're
that
right,
bit,
later he
he's gonna be
does.
like, my name is Nick Chopper then, and I'm like, girl,
He's
we
Yeah.
know.
Wouldn't that have
Yeah.
been part of the original story or the part of the story? Like, my name was Nick then. But yeah, so Nimmy Amy finds him, and she's like, "Hey, like, come with me." Takes him to the tinsmith. Tinsmith makes him a new head. At this point, Nimmy Amy has actually found his normal head.
Oh.
She
Because
did
she
some
went looking
snooping.
for it. But the Tin Woodman's like, the matched set is better. And Nimmy Amy's like, actually, yeah, it looks way better with it all tin.
Yeah, it gets kind of cunty.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm like, so are both heads him? How does it work? Like,
That's
once
what I'm wondering.
Like,
What
he
if-
decides to leave it behind. I just don't get it.
There's something about this tin shop.
Yeah, I want more information about this tin
I
thing.
need to know who the owner is, and I'm gonna need to
Yeah.
chat with him.
Now that the Tin Woodman is made of tin, he's got no reason to be afraid of the Wicked Witch anymore. She can't do any more harm to his body. So Nimmy Amy's like, okay, we need to get married ASAP so I can come live with you
Yeah.
and keep you bright and sparkling. And Nimmy Amy says that Nick Chopper, that's where we get the name reveal, would make the perfect husband. He doesn't eat, so she doesn't have to cook. He doesn't sleep, so she won't have to make a bed. If they go dancing, he won't get tired early and say he wants to go home. And while he's away cutting wood, she can entertain herself however she sees fit.
Sounds nice,
Yeah.
in a way.
I mean, I
doesn't
would
have a
be married
temper.
to Nick
Yeah.
Chopper.
And she's like, and I'll be proud to be married to the only tin man in the world, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
So that's great. But Woot is like, wait a minute. Why weren't you killed by all that axing?
Yeah, I'd be very confused.
Well, the Tin Woodman reminds him that no one in Oz can die, which
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
Unless
shouldn't
they're
you
a
know that?
child murderer.
Yes, exactly. So like he was like, so once all of my meat body was removed, I stayed myself in the tin and just don't have any meat left.
Why wouldn't Woot know that?
I know. I don't know why he
He's
wouldn't.
Gilliganese.
Yeah. But Woot is like, okay, so you married Nimmy Amy. No.
His new tin body didn't have a heart, and someone without a heart can't love.
So the which one?
So that is what happened.
Well, yeah, and then he left Munchkin Country, left Nimmy Amy enslaved by the witch, and she just
so
had
he
to keep
really
doing her
doesn't
bidding.
Have a heart.
Literally,
Yeah.
he was like, I went out to find a heart, got rusted up, and couldn't move. And then later on, Dorothy and the Scarecrow came, and then I've been with them ever since.
Yep.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's pretty heartless.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Woot, because he's out of touch, he asks who Dorothy is, and Tin Woodman's like, oh, little girl, Kansas, cyclone, the whole thing. But Tin Woodman tells Woot that luckily the house fell on the Wicked Witch and smashed her, and she's probably still under that house to this day.
Ooh.
Which scared me for a second because I was like, oh my God, she can't die either. She's just under there waiting.
Oh my
and
gosh.
did the witch ever come out?
Not yet. But then Scarecrow's like, no, Dorothy said she turned to dust and got scattered to the winds. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait. And I'm like, what? I remember that, but also, like, why did that happen to her?
Mhm.
We don't know.
So then he tells Woot about how they went to the Emerald City and the wizard gave the Tin
I
Woodman a
think
new
Woot
heart.
is right about some questions just not getting answered in Oz.
Yeah,
It's like that is just what
Like, I would not be satisfied with some of these answers. I'd have a lot more questions.
I'd have a lot more
Yeah.
questions, but in Oz you're just not going to get them.
No.
So we learned that at the Emerald City, when the wizard's giving him a new heart, his stock of hearts was running low. So he only had a kind heart to give the Tin Woodman and not a loving heart. We know that his heart is a pincushion full of sawdust.
Yeah. It is. He had neither a loving heart nor a kind heart installed. He got a beanie baby put
Yeah.
into his.
We were there for that
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why we're saying that, but because he didn't get a loving heart, he can't love Nimmy Amy.
You're being gaslit.
Well, Woot is like, well, you're being gaslit, Tin Woodman. Because he's like, you can't have a kind or loving heart because a kind heart would not have let you do what you did to Nimmy Amy. That is not kind what you did.
The Tin Woodman's like, what do you mean? And Woot's like, it's unkind to desert a girl who loves you and leave her to be a slave when she helped you when you were in trouble.
Yeah. She supported you through becoming tin.
Yeah.
Like,
This, you see this
what
nice
more?
palace that you live in?
yeah.
This
Literally.
wonderful world that you have created
Yeah,
for yourself.
Exactly. And that's exactly what Woot says. He says, if your heart is so
Okay,
kind,
Woots.
you would have gone back and gotten her and brought her to be an empress in this beautiful castle.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that you
Literally.
can't love her, you can still rescue
Oh my
her.
God.
The Tin Woodman is
They should have told me about this way before. Because I've been thinking the Tin Woodman as some fucking cool dude. Love
never meet your
him.
heroes.
Yeah,
No,
literally.
literally.
Too many books.
Yeah.
But the Scarecrow's like, that kid's got a point.
Oh.
And meanwhile, the Tin Woodman has never thought of this before, and he's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
he's glitching.
starts rusting.
literally, he's just like, someone pour water on me, put me back in the woods. But literally, I mean, he's like, damn. Well, I will admit, I have literally never thought about finding Nimmy Ammy and making her the Empress of the Winkies. I have never thought of doing that.
God.
And I'm like, oh my god. But he's like, but it's not too late. He's like, she probably is still in Munchkin country. Like, he was like, I don't love her, but he's like, but it's my duty to go find her and make her happy if I can, and like that would be the good thing to do.
They all
Yes.
agree.
Yes, Scarecrow's like, yes, let's do it. Woot says like, can I come? And they're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And
Like,
with
why
how
not?
you know how these people are, so it's now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tin One's like,
They're already
okay,
packed,
get my
ready to
things.
go.
Get my-
Yeah, literally, exactly. He's like, well, we probably have our last adventure kit still warm, so let's grab
go.
it. Yeah, so he tells his servants to go make preparations, and they're going to set off as soon as possible. And that is the end of chapter 2, The Heart of the Tin Woodman. And Blake, what would you heart that?
Love you to pieces.
Oh.
Chapter 3, Roundabout.
Oh.
So,
Yep.
Woot the Wander Spender.
With
Don't
the
do
Wander
that.
Spender.
Woot the Wanderer spends the night at the Tin Castle. And the next morning he gets up early, takes a walk through the gardens, and just sees, we've been here before, actually, like these
Ages
tin-
ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. These tin fountains and the
The flowers.
tin flowers, tin birds in the trees.
Yeah. So it's
Um,
the Tin Gardens.
Okay.
All made by the Winky Tinsmiths. They wind him up each morning. But he eats breakfast. The Tin Woodman's oil. Scarecrow gets stuffed with fresh straw. And Woot is like, this is all crazy.
Yeah,
he's like,
who are you?
he's like,
Revo?"
can the Scarecrow really come all the way with us into the woods of the Munchkin country? Granted, he doesn't know the Scarecrow story, so I mean, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But all they needed was all they needed to prepare was a bag of food for Woot and an axe to the Tin Woodman, and the Scarecrow would just carry the can of oil for the Tin Woodman. So they were pretty much packed.
Let's go.
So they go. And as they're going, Woot asks the Tin Woodman, he's like, so who's going to watch over the Winky country while you're gone? And the Tin Woodman's like, oh, the country will run itself. The people of the Winky country don't need an emperor. Like, Oz is ruled by Ozma.
Yeah, he's like, I just have a nice title. And he's like, and besides, like, the people of Oz just pretty much abide under the law of behave yourself. So they usually just do that.
Especially in Winky country.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, okay, wait a minute.
What if you're attacked?
Because, well, but also, like, didn't Ozma get kidnapped? And, like, also, like, there's just so much stuff. But I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. So but yeah, Tin Woodman's like, let's go. Like that poor girl is just waiting for me. I know it. And the Scarecrow's like, she's been waiting a long time,
Yeah.
like a long
She
time.
forgot about you.
The Tin Woodman's like, yeah, but the last part of a wait is always the worst part of a wait. So we have to, like, go with
Yeah,
you now.
because it's
Oh,
already the
he's
worst part.
antsy.
Yeah.
He feels bad.
The Scarecrow's like, you do have a kind heart.
He's like, but it's too bad it isn't loving because it feels kind of strange to marry for kindness and not for love.
Honestly, he's masking.
But also, I'm kind of like, spoiler for the entire plot, probably. I'm like, he's going to find her, I'm sure, and be like, I feel like I have to marry you now. And she's going to be like, I want to marry someone I love.
Mhm.
And then he's not going to marry her.
She's like, I'll be an
I'm
empress,
assuming.
though, and I'll bring my husband with me.
She's like,
Yeah.
I'll go with you, though.
Mhm.
Yeah. She's like, I'll be the empress.
Please take me.
But Scarecrow does say that a loving husband isn't always kind, but a kind husband is sure to make a girl happy, which I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and the Tin Woodman's
I guess
excited
so.
to have like a lady doll. He's like, she's gonna be an empress, and she's gonna wear tin dress and tin slippers and tin jewelry and a
Yeah.
tin crown.
Oh, she's a doll.
Yes.
He's
yeah.
like, girls
She's a
love
plaything.
girls love dumb shit like that, don't they? So on their way, the Scarecrow's like, oh, are we gonna like stop by the Emerald City and pick up some friends? And the Tin Woodman is like, no, like we just got to get to Munchkin
In a
Country
rush.
as quickly as possible. Also, it's gonna be really embarrassing to tell Nimmy Ammy that he's marrying her out of duty and not out of love. So he's like, I don't really need our friends to see all
Oh, he's
that.
embarrassed.
Fewer witnesses, the better. He's like, this is a
Yeah.
delicate situation. And also, too, yes, like, I think he is a little embarrassed, but also, like, the idea of just, like, I don't want Nimmy Ammy to meet all these people and then be told this in front of them.
The pressure.
Especially
Yeah.
since
It's like
he's
proposing to someone at a baseball game.
Oh, my God,
Right.
yeah. Or at,
Yeah.
like, your family Christmas dinner.
Oh my god.
never do that unless you know the person wants that.
Exactly.
But like he also like has this moment where he's like, yeah, and I also remember Nimmy Ammy like being super quick to anger and like saying really harsh and mean things when she's mad. And so, she's not gonna be happy that it took me so long to come back. I think we're gonna need some privacy. And I'm like, damn, where
Like,
was that
whoa.
in your story? The part where
Yeah.
she got a
Literally.
venomous tongue? What the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah. And so Woot's like, okay, well, that all makes sense. But, like, how are we going to get to Munchkinland without going through the Emerald City? And the Tin Woodman's like, well, we'll just go north, like, into the Gilligan country, like, avoid the city. It's easy. Like, anyone can do it. And Woot's like, well, that's dangerous. And he's like, I, like, am from the far corner near Oogaboo. He was like, and, like, I was really careful avoiding, like, unpleasant people on my way here. But Scarecrow's like, well, a wanderer should have no fear.
Mm-hmm.
But Woot reminds us that fear doesn't make you a coward. Like, it's just easier to avoid danger
I'm like,
than
why
to
should
face
a
it.
wanderer not have fear?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
You
Like,
should
that's one of the
lead with
people who
fear.
should
Yeah.
not, or
Be
who
aware.
should be fearful. Yeah.
Ned
like,
Stark says a man can only be brave when he's afraid.
yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Hi, Ned.
Who is that?
You're smart.
But yeah, so look, they're just like, we're gonna go this way. Woot's like, good, I don't care. It's all the same to me. Like, if we can't avoid the dangers, it'll at least make an interesting story. Let's just go.
Yeah.
During the conversation, they'd been moving along a path, and finally they get to a point where the path starts heading northeast. So they're still in the Winky country. It's beautiful. It's safe. All the people who see them salute the Emperor. Like, we're in a good place.
Yeah.
They pass the night at a house where the Winky owners entertain them. They give Woot a nice bed to sleep in. And the Tin Woodman is like, I don't know, doing that like annoying thing that the non-meat people do sometimes, where he's like, oh yeah, we knew that you were going to need to sleep and that you were going to need to eat. If it was just a Scarecrow and I, we'd walk and walk
Scarecrow
and
and
walk
Tin
and
Man
walk.
are so annoying about that stuff.
I know.
I mean, they even had that thing in the last book where they were just like,
Oh, yeah.
meet people.
At the very
it's
end.
embarrassing. They have to eat and drink and sleep. We're like
I
so much better than
like-
them.
Yeah.
Just so you know, L. Frank Baum, no one is starting the series with this book. So
Yeah.
just trust that we know.
Yeah, we get it.
But Woot sleeps that night. He sleeps great. He wakes up. There's a hot breakfast. And, like, Woot does comment that the other two are missing out by not eating. And they're like, yeah, I guess we don't have to worry about getting hunger pains or stomach aches. And they, like, wink at each other and, like, do their
no.
secret handshake.
Blah, blah, blah,
Uh,
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Now, the whole second day of travel, they move along pretty steadily, and they just share stories about their many adventures.
Yeah. Lots of adventures. But one of the ways that they entertain each other is that the Scarecrow recites poetry that he learned from the Wogglebug. And I guess we have to say this whole poem now.
Okay.
Say it at the same time.
I'll be honest, I didn't read this. I copy and pasted into my notes.
I haven't
So,
read it either. Well, I
oh, there you go.
skimmed it to know that what it's about.
Oh, not me.
Me, me, me. What sound is so sweet as the straw from the wheat when it crunkles so tender and low? It is yellow and bright, so it gives me delight to crunkle wherever I go. Sweet, fresh, golden straw, there is surely no flaw in a stuffing so clean and compact. It creaks when I walk and it thrills when I talk, and its fragrance is fine for a fact. To cut me don't hurt, for I've no blood to squirt, and I therefore can suffer no pain. The straw that I use doesn't lump up or bruise, though it's pounded again and again. I know it is said that my beautiful head has brains of mixed wheat, straw, and bran, but my thoughts are so good I'd not change if I could for the brains of a common meat man. Content with my lot, I'm glad that I'm not like others I meet day to day. If my insides get musty or mussed up and dusty, I get newly stuffed right away.
And that's the end
Bars.
of chapter
Bars.
Yeah.
That's not.
But that is the end of chapter 3 roundabout.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking, like, is it like a play on words with a round, like a call and response type thing?
Should we try that again in a round?
Do it backwards.
No.
You'll watch you.
No, we try that TikTok. Okay, chapter 3 roundabout. Blake, call that.
The Road to Marriage.
Chapter 4, The Loons of Loonville, a.k.a. the Who's down in Whoville. It's all I could think of.
Oh.
So that's all I got.
So evening's starting to fall.
Yeah.
And they're noticing there's no more path to follow.
Also, things are starting to turn purple where before they were yellow because they're going from Winky to Gilligan. And I'll note that our drink today is made of a yellow liquid and a purple jam, yellow to purple, ombre. Just saying.
Wow.
Love that.
Yeah, so that's the cocktail. But it's wild country. Yeah, there's no houses or fields. It's uncultivated. And they're hoping to get to a house so that Woot can rest, but they end up just having to like stop in a field and chill, which isn't so bad. Period.
Woot has a little dinner from his knapsack, and then the Scarecrow lays down on the grass so Woot can use him as a bed. And then the Tin Woodman stays standing throughout the night so that the dewy grass won't rust his joints.
Yep, and he wipes himself off all night.
Yeah, he has a little
It's-
cloth, and he's like,
Very strange.
Okay, he has a system.
Yeah. But when the sun rises, the Tin Woodman is finally polished from wiping himself all night.
Blinding everyone.
Yeah, he's gleaming. Yeah, he wakes Woot up with his shine. It's really early, and they wake Woot up because they found something unusual and they need to discuss.
Woot's like, what?
Yeah, he's tired as hell. But he's also like, well, what'd you find? Like, what is it? Like, is
Yeah.
it good or bad?
Spit
A
it out.
sign.
And another path.
Oh.
The sign says,
Like a physical sign.
yes, yeah, not just an omen. No, this sign says all strangers are warned not to follow this path to Loonville.
Ugh.
So they go the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, well, no.
The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman are like, well, don't you want to see what Loonville looks like?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go.
The Tin Woodman's like, I want to
No
go.
one dies in Oz.
I guess not. But
That's
remember when
true.
all the friends got trapped in those plants that were going to eat them and they were like,
They
oh,
would
we're just going
just
to
stay that
dissolve
way
slowly
forever.
I forgot
forever.
about that.
Yeah, so there are things that can happen to you that are bad.
Yeah.
But the Scarecrow and Tin Woodman are like, come on, let's go. Like, traveling, like, when you're traveling, it's foolish to miss an opportunity to see something. Like, you know, we're on a little sightseeing mission. And Woot is like, well, a warning means danger.
He's a professional wanderer.
Yeah,
So.
so he's like, it would be foolish to not avoid the danger. And like they kind of like they're quiet for a second, and then the Scarecrow's like, I've seen lots of dangers in my life, and like,
So all of a sudden he's not in a rush.
yeah, well, yes,
Well, I guess
and
there's no path.
that's true. But they're just like, I've seen so many dangers, so like I'm not really afraid of anything at all now. And I'm like, Scarecrow, in the book named after you, you almost were burnt to death.
Yeah.
And by
I
to death,
cried for you.
I did.
yeah, like it was crazy. So I'm like, nothing. You're not afraid of anything. Whatever.
Ultimately, they're just like, all right, well, why don't you wait here, Woot, and we're going to go check out the Forbidden City. Bye.
Yeah, because they're like,
Yeah.
you can get hurt. Like, they're pretty much fine. But Woot's like, well, okay. He's like, I'll go. And he's like, you know what? Like, he's like, I've been wandering alone, so like, I've been avoiding danger. Like, it's just been me. But he's like, but you guys are powerful people. I feel safe with you, and so like, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like, I will go. But in my head, I'm like, a lighted match and a bucket of water would take these guys out. So,
It'd actually
like,
be so easy.
yeah. So yeah. But so they went to Loonville. They go down the path. And Scarecrow's like, I've never heard of Loonville. Like, it might have people or animals, or it might have something else. Like, we literally don't know.
Yeah, it will make a fun story to tell Dorothy and Ozma regardless. So They follow the path, and it leads into this dense forest. And the Tin Woodman, like, literally has to chop things out of the way for them to go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like jungle style.
And then Woot like goes behind him and stomps things down because it's so thick that like the Scarecrow literally wouldn't be able to walk. He would get like caught on every snag.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So at this point, I'm like, don't go then. Like,
Yeah, it's just too much
don't
work.
go.
But
But
if that was part of like, doing it, then I've been like, no.
It's like, oh, never mind.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were in a rush.
Yeah.
I thought we were in a rush.
Yeah.
It seemed like that
all of a sudden we're
earlier.
sightseeing to see what a
Yeah.
loon is.
Also,
like,
we're curious about things.
yeah, just like remember where this is and come back later.
That you have a woman to save.
Yeah. So they keep pushing through. Like they get to like an opening, and they all kind of push through, and there's a big clearing, and it's like a big clearing. It's surrounded by trees, like reaching up in a dome over the place. So like the branches like touch at the top.
Okay.
So it's like still a super thick forest
That's
on the
kinda
outside.
cool.
It
It is
is, yeah.
cool.
It's like
Doing
a little.
like castle in the sky.
Yeah.
It's like a little
something.
air pocket, It's kind
Yeah.
of cute.
It's lighted with a witch light that
Oh,
seems
yeah.
to be coming from nowhere.
There's a white light from nowhere,
Mm.
and there are about a dozen strange creatures.
Dozens.
Stop.
Oh, yeah. They are so strange.
The loons.
Well, you got it. They are so
Well,
strange.
I got it.
Yes. They're so strange that the Tin Woodman freezes, and then Woot freezes, and the Scarecrow freezes, all just staring. So let's get a rundown of the creatures, right? They are all round and ball-like.
Oh.
Round in body, round in legs and arms, round in hands and feet, round in head. Everything is round in shape.
Except for
There's this slightly, I actually forgot about this, a slightly hollow part on top of their head, making it saucer shaped instead of dome shaped. Oh, I get it.
they got a soft spot.
Yeah, they have a little, so this will all make sense later, maybe.
Okay.
It is only now making sense to me. They have no clothes on their puffy little bodies. They have no hair. And their skin is kind of a light gray color. Their eyes are just purple spots. And their noses are puffy like the rest of them. So they're kind of giving like Tweedledee and Tweedledum to me a little
they're
bit.
like egg.
Okay.
Except no clothes. They're just puffs.
It's making me think of that. Did you guys ever play addictinggames.com?
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you know the guy that you like explode and like throw grenades at? And he's like
Oh,
this
yeah.
bubble.
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
What is it? Addictive buddy.
That sounds right.
Him.
Yeah, just like
yeah,
that.
just like him.
That's what it's making me think of. Is that just a round little body,
Yeah, that you can
round
just toss
arms, round head.
So when they move around, they seem to be as light as air. Like they're kind of like bounding around, like boom, boom,
Oh my god.
and like they seem like they're made of rubber. And Woot's like, I can't tell what these things are. And then he's like, they're covered in like little warts. Like,
Oh.
what are they? Obviously, as you said, they are the loons of Loonville.
Yes.
It's a Loonville.
And the loons are doing all sorts of things. They're playing, they're working, they're talking, they're just hanging out. And as they're doing this, they hear these strange voices of the people. Like they hear the friends talking, and they look over at them and they start to run at them.
Oh my gosh.
With tremendous
Ew.
speed. Yeah. They are just like
No.
They are
no,
running
no,
like
no.
crazy.
Give me a grenade.
And exactly, yeah. But the friends are so surprised. Like the Tin Woodman doesn't even get his axe up before they are on them.
On
Ew.
them.
Yeah. And they are punching them
Oh my God.
and like kicking them, but it doesn't really hurt because the loons like
It's like
don't really have a
boom.
lot of
Oh, they're like
power behind
balloons.
them.
But there's so many of them that it's like everyone, our
It's
three friends
suffocating.
are on the ground. Yeah. They're on the ground. They can't do anything. The loons hold them down and tie them up.
Yeah,
Oh,
they get
God.
vines. And the biggest one is like, okay, we got him. He's like, now they're going to take you to King Ball and have you tried and perforated.
What's perforated?
Like
Let's find
popped.
out.
Oh my
Like
god.
if you perforate something, like you poke a hole in it.
They have to drag them because the loons are so light and our people are made of people. So it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And they put them in front of this raised platform that has a large throne on it. And like on the arm of the throne, there's a string tied. And the string goes all the way up out of the dome.
Oh.
So they line up the prisoners,
Telephone line.
something like that. They line up the prisoners. The big loon commands the others to get King Ball to judge these wicked prisoners. So they all start pulling on the string, pulling it down,
Oh.
and eventually, through the canopy emerges another loon, King Ball Loon.
What's he doing
King
up there?
Ball Loon.
Oh.
Yeah, they're balloons. Yeah, they're balloons.
Hannah just went
When
to bed.
was balloons created?
Oh, forever.
Well,
Bible.
It is crazy. Well, no, I mean, because they had. I mean, I knew that they had them at this time because like they have, all sorts of industrial materials, but like a balloon is made of like rubber, and so you'd have to be able to make rubber thin enough and mold it in a way that you could blow air into
So
it.
I'm wondering if he just heard of balloons and was like, they're gonna be Oz people.
Oh well, you know what though? Like, well, I guess it's different.
First rubber balloon was invented in 1824.
Ooh,
There you
so
go, 100
been
years.
around for a while. Yeah.
Alfred Baum wasn't even alive.
Yeah, 100 years before this was published. So yeah, balloons have been around, and so anyway, they pull King Balloon down and they tie him to the throne so he can't float away. And the king's like, "What's happening? Like, why'd you bring me down here? Like, what's going on?" And the big loon says, "Hey, we have captives here." The king is surprised, and he's like, "Whoa, these things look crazy. Like, these animals are crazy. What have you found here?" And he's like, "Are they dangerous?" Like, and at this point, he calls the big loon Panta, meaning his name is Pantaloon.
Are we still in Winky country?
We're in Gilligan,
Gilligan.
country.
Oh, Gilligan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pantaloon and Balloon.
Yes.
I just always call my cat Hugo. I always say his back legs give pantaloons.
Oh, yeah.
Pantaloons. Panta says he thinks that these people are very dangerous, and even if they're not, they cannot take any chances. They have enough accidents, these loons, as it is, and he advises the king to condemn and perforate the strangers ASAP. The P stands for pop.
Yeah. The king says to keep his advice to himself. He's like, "I'm actually the king. I'm the monarch here. I'm going to do what I want." But Panta, well, wait.
Yeah. Panta tells him, "You're only the king because you have less common sense than the rest of us. So we made you the king because we don't want that job. We don't want to."
At this point, Panta is getting a little excited. He's like panting back and forth, and he's making a little show, and the other balloons.
He's trying to start like a riot or something.
I guess he's just getting a little too big for his britches. He's like getting himself all worked up, but all of a sudden there's this loud clapping sound, and Panta is gone. And the friends are like, "Where the fuck did he go?" But there's something on the ground where he was.
Flabby, wrinkled
A
skin.
shriveled up skin.
Ew.
King Bal is like, "Ha! Saw that coming."
Yeah, literally, he's like, he was too big for his britches. He was inflating himself too much.
That
Pantaloon
he
was too big
popped.
for his britches.
Yeah. But then he's like, "Okay, guys, get the pump and reinflate him.
Oh,
Reinflate
so we
Panta."
can do that.
So yeah, so they're not dead, I guess, or just permanently
I guess
of
someone
skin.
dies. Yeah.
The loons like check out Panta. They're like, "We're gonna have to mend the puncture before we can blow him back up." The gang is like, "Why is nobody like freaking out about this? Like, I just exploded."
Yeah.
But King Bal is like, "Okay, fine. Go fetch Till to mend Panta." So her name's Till Loon.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, good. Because I was like, "What?"
I'm
Yeah.
Hannah Loon.
I'm Papa Loon.
Okay.
I'm Sal Loon.
Ooh,
Wait,
nice.
I didn't do a creative one. I didn't realize we were doing that. I'm
What's your-
Howloon.
Okay.
What's that?
It's whatever you wanted to do.
All right. Well, Till Loon arrives. Till Loon is a woman. She is actually wearing a dress, but it looks like it's made of rubber. It's purple. And she has a big feather on her head and a sash made of vines. And we'll get to why she has a sash made of vines.
Okay, Betty.
She looks at Panta's skin. She's like, "Oh, there's a puncture in his foot." And so she pulls a vine out of her sash, ties it around the puncture, and like ties it really tight. So that's what those little warts are. It's the things where they've tied together the
If you
punctures.
okay.
Yeah, and so that's how they repair them.
Scars.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yep.
it's exactly. And so,
She tosses the mended heap of skin just aside and like starts to walk off, and the other loons like just like pick it up and they're getting ready to pump him back up. And Till Loon is passing by like the prisoners, and she takes a closer look at them, and she's like, "Where'd these come
what
from?"
the hell is that?
And one of the loons is like, "Oh, we captured them." And she's like, "What are you gonna do with them?" And the king's like, well, I'm thinking about condemning and puncturing them. And Till looks closely at them, and she's like, I'm not sure they'll puncture. Let's try and see.
Oh my god.
So one of the loons runs over and gets this big thorn off one of the things, and I'm like, "Get the thorns out of here! Why do you guys?
why
have
do you guys
thorns
have that?
Yeah,
lying
it's kind of
around?"
dangerous. Anyone can
Yeah.
walk into that.
That's crazy. But he runs over and he bang tries to put it into the Tin Woodman.
oh, okay.
It doesn't work,
You chose
obviously.
the wrong one.
Yeah. The the Tin Woodman's like, whatever. And it kind of blunts it. Then he tries the Scarecrow. Scarecrow just smiles but doesn't react. Then he moves on to Woot.
I'd be like, back it up.
It is.
I'm not like you guys.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Tin Woodman and Scarecrow were smiling. And Woot's like, hey, hey.
Hey, back it up.
It all happens so fast, and he jams the thorn into Woot the Wanderer's leg.
No.
Like bone deep.
Ah.
Well, probably. It's blunted.
Well,
so it's like, it's not a mortal wound, but it hurts like hell.
I think it fucks with it. Woot screams.
Yeah.
Woot starts kicking, bucking. He sends this fucking loon flying into the air.
Yeah, where he floats for a moment and then pops.
He's like, oh.
Yeah.
The skin drops back down to the ground.
But at this point, Woot has kicked and freed his legs. It was just vines tied by
Yeah,
balloons.
he ripped the
So,
vines
like,
off.
Yeah, so he's like, what the hell? The king is like, oh, Panther was right. They are dangerous, and we need to
They
get
just
them
created
popped.
a war.
But he's like, okay, is the pump ready? Like, let's get the pump out. We got to repair people. Some of the loons at this point are like rolling out a pumping machine.
Oh my god.
And the king
They gotta
says,
get out of there.
I literally, well, so at this point they're starting to pump up Panta, and the king's like, oh, like that's big enough. Like, don't make him any bigger. But Panta's like, no, keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going. I'm going to be
Like,
big.
dude, what just happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the king is like, you were tried to be bigger than this before. Like, that's why you popped.
Literally.
Like, we're making you smaller. Like, you don't need to be big.
Panta is begging the king to pump him up more. He's like, if you don't pump me up more, it's going to break my heart. The king is like, if I pump you up more, I'm going to break your skin.
Yeah.
You need to stop.
And then they stop pumping him, and then Panta just walks away sadly.
He goes to the back of the
Now
crowd.
he's depressed.
So Till's finished mending the other exploded loon, so the king orders them to pump him up as well. And while all of this is going on, Woot creeps over to the Tin Woodman, because even though he's broken the bonds off of his legs, there's still bonds around his arms. And he rubs his vines up against the Tin Woodman's blade of his axe and frees himself.
There we go.
Yeah. At this point, Woot has been injured by these things. And so he goes a little crazy. He grabs the thorn and he rushes them. He pops 3 of them before they even know what's happening.
Damn.
Yeah. He's
He's
popping
like,
them.
now you got to pump those guys up.
Yeah, and now they're running. And so he's chasing them. He pops a few more. They're tripping and falling. He's popping them. They're popping themselves. And eventually, he's just exhausted. Like, he's been chasing them around. Like, a bunch of them jump up onto the walls of the dome and, like, crawl up so he can't get to
God.
them. And so...
I want to see this so
I know,
bad.
yeah. But at this time, yeah, he tires himself out. He goes back to his friends and he like frees them. And the Tin Woodman is like, okay, like they're not gonna hurt us anymore. Like, just free us. Like, let's get out of here. And so Woot does, and he's like, okay, like the only one he can see is the king, and King Balloon is like watching in fear. Like he's just shocked, basically.
He unties the thing that's holding him to the throne and just
Yeah.
starts floating up. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no.
I gotta get out of here.
And he like crawls his way back into the canopy.
Oh my
And they're
God,
like-
they're so funny.
they're like like they could pull him down if they wanted to, obviously. And like Woot wants to, but the Tin Woodman's like, like leave him. Like he seems like a good king for these people. Like they have enough work to do now, pumping up all these other things.
They
Like
got like 20 fucking balloons.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
gotta
yeah,
patch up and
But-
pump up.
Woot is like, they stabbed my leg.
yeah.
They
He's
suck
like,
my
I
leg.
want to pop them all, but okay, whatever.
Tin Woodman says it wouldn't be fair. There was a sign that warned them not to go to
True.
Loonville. They did it anyway. The loons have every right to protect themselves and their country.
True.
So let's just go. We've done enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Okay, honestly,
I'm
now
like-
that you say it like that, fuck you. Like,
I
why'd
know.
you go there?
They did give you
Yeah.
a very clear sign not to go there.
They should never have gone there, but knowing that anyone who accidentally goes there without seeing the sign could be punctured to death,
That's
I'm like,
true.
okay, well maybe not kill all of them, but again,
'Cause it seems
drop
like there's
a pin.
one sign.
Drop a pin on your Apple Maps. Go back here with Ozma later on and be like, these are the ones. Like, let's educate them on the world.
You know
Yeah.
something?
Drop a pin.
That sign must have been made by another survivor. Because
Oh,
the
yeah.
loons can't get out of those trees to put a sign there.
It's true.
Oh my God, you're so right. Someone's
That's
like, don't go here.
Like, make the sign
try to
way,
poke me to
make the
death.
sign
Yeah.
more scary.
Someone else got stabbed. But yeah, so they end up just going back to the hole in the brush where they came in. They push themselves out, so like they're gonna be fine. Like they leave, but like as they're leaving, Woot looks back and he sees like them all still like huddling like up on the trees, like hiding from him, which like makes him feel kind of happy.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, yeah, he's like, that's
Yeah.
right, and we're coming back at night.
I'm gonna get the rest of you.
Yeah, but then yeah, they just make their way out, and that is the end of chapter 4, the Loons of Loonville. And Blake, what would you call that?
I call that blown out of proportion. Thank you for listening to Oz Hour. Please join us next time as we continue with Chapter 5, Mrs. Yoop the Giantess. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Oz Hour Podcast for the latest on everything Oz. Oz Hour, created and hosted by Blake Stone and Wyatt Swingham. Co-hosted by Hannah Aguirre. Audio production by Charlie Johnson. Theme music written and performed by Rudy Klobus. Cover art by Valentin Lucas.
Last time on Oz Hour.
Okay, last time on Oz Hour, we start off with girls being girls. They're hanging out. They're having a good time. They're like, hey, where's Ozma? Where's Ozma? And some of the people are like, let's go see where she is. They go to the room. Or I should maybe say the names. It's Dorothy, fucking Betsy, fucking other girls that live there because everyone lives in that fucking castle now. And Dorothy goes to go find Ozma, checks her room. No one's there. And she's like, well, that's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal. We're just going to look for the mirror then. Okay, we're going to look in the mirror. No mirror. Oh, my God. And so then we go to Glinda, transport to Glinda, and she wakes up. I can't remember exactly what she was doing, but she's like, my book's not there. And then she's like, that's fine, because whoever stole my book, I'm going to use all my magic powers to get them. No fucking magic powers are there. Or her herbs and stuff that she uses. Those are her powers. And so they're like, what the fuck? Everyone's freaking out. There's no fucking magic. All the magic has been stolen. Ozma has been stolen. And so then they create a search party. Search party consists of, oh my God, it consists of Dorothy. It consists of fucking Button Bright, Toto, fucking Woozy. Fucking okay, actually we're not doing this because this has been taking way too long. There are a lot of people on the search party. Patchwork Girl. Yeah, we're not doing that. And so then they have the search party. Then we go to another area of Oz that no one knows. And I don't even remember, so we're not going to say the name, but there are people there, and there's a giant frog there. One of the people, Yips. They Yips are what's her name? Her name's Cake. And she is like, oh my God, my dishpan, it's gone. What the heck? Let's go ask this mystical frog. So they go and they ask him, and he's like, yeah, it's gone. I don't know what to tell you. I'm wise. I'm smart. Ha ha ha. And I'm a frog and I talk. And so then her Cake and the Frogman go to fucking look for her dishpan because she's like, we have to find it. It's magic. It makes the best fucking cookies. I'm never going to be able to make cookies like that again. It's my life. It's everything. So they leave this like mesa fucking thing. I can't remember. It's just like up on a hill and it's far away. And then we go back. Oh my God, where do we go? We go back to the search party, I'm pretty sure. And what do? They do all this like Odyssey type of shit. I don't know if I made that comparison before, but it's giving Odyssey. It's giving, you get all these trials and tribulations. You meet these different people and it's strange. Who did they meet? They meet, the weird people. Oh, there's like the spinning mountains. I'm doing things out of order now. I don't know if it's in order, but I'm just doing them now because it's too much. It's too much. Okay, so then there's the spinning mountains. Then they meet the people that eat the locusts. They eat locusts, I think. They eat something. And then we meet the giants that are prisoners to these tiny things that are strong. And then, oh my God, they meet other weird things too. Oh, the bears. They meet the bears and stuff. And then we're following also, what's his name? Frogman and Cake. Oh no, Frogman and Cake meet the bears. And so then they meet the bears. They tell him, hey, we think Oogaboo is doing this or whatever. I think he has your pit because we have this pink bear that tells the truth, and he is telling us that. And so like, okay, let's go find him. Oh, also before that, Button Bright got lost, ate a peach, and some person told him, oh, that was Oogaboo's peach. And he was like, oh, okay. Oogoo's, not Oogaboo. And so then what happens after that? Oh my God. Oh, and then they meet up somehow. They are like on a mountain, and like Frogman goes into the truth pond. I feel like I'm sharing gossip with like my friends. Frogman goes into the truth pond, and now he's like super honest and he's super self-conscious. But honestly, I like this type of Frogman better. Like he's honest with himself, and we just want an honest man, right? Or frog, I don't know. And so then now he's like that. They end up running into the other search party group that are looking for Ozma, and they realize that they're going to the same fucking place. It's crazy. So they go to the same place, or they're like, let's team up, let's work together. They start heading over there. The Ugu does all these like fire, big giant wall at them so they don't get into his castle. They end up being able to fight that because the wizard's like, I know this. These are my tricks. I'm the wizard. Ha ha ha. And so then they get there, then they get stuck, and then they have a huge fight. Ugu turns into a dove. I'm doing this quickly because we already talked about this. Ugu turns into a dove, and then they defeat him. He runs off with the fucking dish pan that teleports, and then they're back all at the Emerald City. Oh yeah, and they find Ozma in the Peach Pit. They're all back at the Emerald City. Everyone's happy, and then Ugu comes back, apologizes, and decides he wants to be a dove still. The end.